Hey, I want to talk about why movies are so dark and why Christians are going to see a movie called Sinners that is rated R. And it's very surprising when they come out thinking that it was going to be something that it wasn't. So, I don't know if y'all have noticed, but I think since Twilight came out, movies became like really dark. And so you see, like, Superman, it's lost all the colors. So if you remember, like when Narnia was coming out, and when Lord of the Rings was coming out, and even like The Mummy, the movies used to have like a lot of color in them, right? But whenever that first vampire craze, where every show was like a vampire movie, all of the superheroes lost their color. Movies became like really dark, no happy endings. Villains were no longer evil, and people were always expecting basically to good to win out in the end, and that no longer happens. And so I think this is a good case study with last week. The movie The King of Kings was number one in the box office from Angel Studios, and then this weekend, Easter weekend, you have Sinners by Ryan Coogler being number one. And so I'm Winston. I work in marketing. I make commercials and films, and I am a Christian. And I think that there needs to be a conversation about basically like the United States having like a mask of godliness but denying the power thereof. And that's a verse in the New Testament. And so for a long time, people always thought that Christianity was almost like cultural, essentially. Like if you grow up in the South, you understand. And so when people are going to this Sinners movie, it's rated R. In the little parental guidelines, it already says, hey, there's violence, there's sex, there's cursing, like all this stuff. And the title is Sinners. And then Christians are like, oh my gosh, I'm so surprised at what happened. And that's number one. But number two, some weird stuff about God told me to go see this movie, and I learned so much because there's so much spirituality in it where sin will lead you away and all the pitfalls of that. But I just want to talk about how spiritually immature that is, and just this quote, a really good quote from Charles Spurgeon, and he said that you will never get heaven out of hell, but sin will always get hell out